lot of college football playoff talk as we preview the Big 12 championship game. Get your tickets at SeatGeek.com or Big12Sports.com. But we pivot to women's soccer. TCU, a remarkable run going to the College Cup for the first time in school history. They're no stranger to the NCAA tournament, but it's been a deep run for the Horned Frogs, and we're joined by the Big 12 Coach of the Year, Eric Bell. Hey, Coach, good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
Fantastic. I'm sure you are as well. What a season, and you've had so many good teams at TCU year over year. You guys are in the dance, but what makes this team different and so special?
I think since the beginning of the season, we've got a never say die attitude mentality. We've won a lot of games late or equalized late, and that was definitely the case in these last two games. So they've coined us the cardiac frogs.
Yeah, Eric Bell.
That goes back to my time. I'm from Ohio and Cleveland. Cleveland, I'm from Akron, and the Brian Sipe days when they were the current kids. So that might be before your time, but I do remember the stuff on Lake Erie and whatnot, and the late game heroics and whatnot.
Yeah, Eric Bell became the winningest coach in TCU soccer history this year. Was named the Big 12 Coach of the Year for the fourth time. And, another conference championship this year. It's been incredible what you've been able to do, both with Big 12 championships and getting to the NCAA tournament. But first time ever to the Final Four. So congratulations on that. And just tell us, these last two games, you mentioned the cardiac piece. The North Carolina game was insane with basically scoring the equalizer with about 4 seconds left or 6 seconds left. And then same thing in the Vanderbilt match with about 4 minutes to go. So, but you rarely see buzzer beaters in soccer, and so, that was just an incredible, I can't imagine. And just take me through those moments. And then, as a coach, are you just looking at your watch, looking up, how much time is left?
Right.
Just give us a sense here of what it's like on the sideline there with the buzzer beater.
Well, I guess people typically say I'm typically calm on the sidelines and I'm not kind of going crazy and kind of trying to stay in the moment. But, the ball goes out of bounds and we have some people quickly shovel the ball to Sid Becerra, who took the corner kick against Carolina. And, our best header on our team is Morgan Brown, and she took a knock in the game and had to come out. And so we just basically had people up there. We moved Olivia Geller, our goalkeeper, up into the box. It's the last seconds. You're just trying to figure out a way to get a goal, and the ball goes to the far post. And a lot of things have to happen in our way where, I think their kids misjudged it, and they had a kid on the post that kind of misjudged it. And Camden Fuller, a 17-year-old freshman, is at the back post to head it in. And then it goes bing, bing, bing. It's off the post, off the goalkeeper, off the post, off the goalkeeper, and then in the goal.
Crazy.
So it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But it was an awesome atmosphere. It was an Elite Eight game. Sweet 16 game on a Sunday. And the football team was there, and a lot of other TCU athletic teams were there to support us. And it was a huge crowd and a huge moment, and one that will definitely live in infamy, as they would say. So it was a really cool moment.
Well, and then the Vanderbilt match was close, and I know Vanderbilt kind of controlled the tempo early, but again, you're able to rally for your 10th NCAA tournament victory in program history. You head to the first ever NCAA Women's College Cup in school history, so take us through that match.
Yeah, I think that we were a little rattled in the first half, and Vanny kind of took it to us, and our goalkeeper, Olivia Geller, had a really good game, especially in the first half. She saved us and kept us in it. And then the second half, we did much better and were much more competitive and created more opportunities, but still gave up a goal. And in this season, in our fashion of the way that we've done our business, I knew that we were going to respond. It was just a matter of whether we were going to score a goal or not. And we were fortunate enough to score a goal off of a corner. Again, the goalkeeper cleared it out, and then Emma Jelinski played it back in first time into an open goal. And then, we were flying after that, and, it goes into overtime, and I think that we had the majority of the play and it was only 5 minutes in, and we had the majority of the play, and they're in, and we created an opportunity and get fouled in the box, and then Sydney Becerra puts it away in the PK, and we win the game in overtime.
So you have a matchup now in Kansas City against Florida State, the Final Four on Friday. Florida State is where you previously coached. So, I mean, what will the emotions be like in your first Final Four with TCU playing against your former
I
club?
think it would be different if the coach that I worked for was still there. But he's been gone. Mark Krikorian's been gone for this I think is Brian Pinsky's third season there. And so it won't be as emotional as it probably would have been if Mark was still there. But I've been going for 14 years, and so none of those kids played for me, and I didn't recruit any of those kids, and so
Right.
the emotions are a little bit different. And I'm all TCU now.
Coach, you were talking about how, what makes this team special and the fact that this team just never quits. What would you say is the simplest way to kind of understand this TCU team identity this season? Like, explain like we're five, what your team identity is.
Well, our team mantra is to fight. And that is what we're based on. And that's based off of my life, right? I come from pretty humble beginnings. I'm from Akron, Ohio, and I don't come from a whole lot. And I've had to fight for everything that I've accomplished, whether that be on the field, in the classroom, in the community, or whatever. We want to fight. And so they are the perfect personification of fight, and we continue to do that. And so with that makes me proud that we have a mantra that they're actually living out. And so hopefully that trend continues and we're able to come away with 2 more victories and be national champs.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked earlier about, how many Big 12 championships and tournament appearances. I mean, can you just describe what this just getting to the Final Four means for this program? A program, as you mentioned, you took over 14 years ago, and this is the perennial power in the Big 12 now, and so this seems like quite the accomplishment for a program that's been building for the last decade.
Yeah, the journey's been hard. When we took over, my first hire when I first got here was Ryan Higginbotham, and he's my associate head coach as well, and we've been together since day one. And the goal was always to, compete for Big 12 championships and compete for national championships. And slowly but surely, we've been able to do that. But it was super hard, right? My first year here was our first year in the Big 12. And so we were transitioning from the Mountain West. And back then, there was no transfer portal, right? And so you had to do it the old-fashioned way and recruit a class and graduate a class and recruit a class and graduate a class. And so it was a little bit slower, where you couldn't, like today, you can kind of rock and roll and go into the portal and kind of buy a team or fix a team or, poach players here and there that you want. But you couldn't do that back in the day. So you had to build it the old fashioned way. And we were able to do that. And then in 2016, we were fortunate enough to make the NCAA tournament for the first time in the program's history. And after that, I never wanted to be a one-hit wonder. I never wanted to go, in and out of the tournament. I wanted to be a consistent competitor in the tournament. And over the course of time we have. And then in 20, we won our first Big 12 championship in the COVID year. And 21, we did the double and won the regular season as well as the conference tournament. And then things started to kind of roll in our favor after that. And we've been able to acquire some really good, talented players over the course of time, some local kids and some kids from abroad. And now we're in a place where we're trying to compete with the Blue Bloods on a regular basis. And so, hopefully we, at some point in time, we're considered one of the Blue Bloods in women's college soccer.
Yeah, definitely. Talking with Eric Bell, 4-time Big 12 Coach of the Year. TCU's been in the NCAA tournament 8 of the past 9 seasons. And, Coach, to your point, back in the day, also, like, professional women's soccer wasn't what it is today. You guys are up in KC. They've got that brand new shiny stadium that the Mahomes are involved with. I'm just curious, is the sport at the point where, hey, you can come to TCU and go play professionally? Is that a thing now with some of your athletes?
Yeah, it's a thing. And, kids want to know if we have the connections to get them to where they ultimately want to be, whether that be domestically or abroad. They want to know if we can help them get into the youth national team or the full national team. And, do you have those people on your speed dial and whatnot? And so we do, from a national team perspective, as well as the NWSL and teams abroad throughout the world. So, yeah, it's been a process, and those are the things that the high end top 1 to 2%, those kids are looking to play beyond college soccer.
All All right, so how do you beat Florida State on Friday?
Score one more than they do.
Maybe
No.
not as late in the game.
Hope not. Hope not. But if it happens, it happens. And as long as we win the game, that's the most important thing, right? No, they're super talented, super athletic group that we're going to have our hands full with their two front and a couple of their other special players. But hopefully, if we're able to settle the game and play a TCU brand of soccer, which means passing and possessing the ball, we're going to be successful. And if we're able to do that at a high level, I like our chances to be winners on Friday night.
Us too, man. It's been so awesome to watch this run. Congrats on all the success. Big 12 Coach of the Year again for a fourth time. We had one of your players, Seven Castaigne, joined us a few weeks ago. She was fantastic. We are all in on this TCU team, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you, guys. And as always, go Frogs.
Go Frogs. Eric Bell, longtime coach at TCU, named the Big 12 Coach of the Year for the fourth time. TCU's in the Collegiate Cup for the first time in program history, the Final Four, if you will, of women's soccer after an incredible year once again over in Fort Worth. We'll take a break here on Big 12 Today on Big